What's going on guys? Welcome back to the another tutorial, and today we are going to create this awesome image pop-out effect using HTML and CSS. I had explained each and every step in this tutorial, and I will make sure that after watching this tutorial you will be able to create this effect from scratch at your own. And if you are completely new to this channel, let me tell you that I regularly upload awesome tutorials related to web development on this channel, so I will must recommend you to check out my other videos and also subscribe the channel, so whenever I will upload a new tutorial you can get a notification. Let's start creating the image pop-out effect. So I had opened the output here, and let's see how to write HTML for it. So first of all, I will create a wrapper element that will contain all these three elements. So first of all, I will create a wrapper element and I will use div tag for that, and I will give it a class of wrapper, and inside it I will include these three elements. So these elements are basically one single container that is containing a image. Okay, so this element is nothing but a container that is containing an image. So let's quickly create this element. So I will again use a div tag and I will give it a class of image container, or you can say img container, and inside that, as we saw, we need an image. So I will include the image using the img tag, and for the source let me copy and paste the image link, and this is the picture of Kobe, so I will write an alternative text and I will write Kobe here. So I have included the image and we have created this image container. Now similarly I will create two more image container. So I will just copy and paste this image container two more times, and let's change the images. Okay, so I will include the Ronaldo image. So I do have the source link, let me copy and paste it here, and in the alternative text I will write Ronaldo, and the last image is of MS Dhoni. So let me copy and paste the link, and in the alternative text I will write Dhoni. So that's it for the HTML part. We have included the images and we have written the alternative text in the alt attribute. Okay, so you can see we got all three images, and now let's start creating the image pop-out effect using CSS. So I will start with styling the body tag, and I will give it a background color of 131313, and I will remove the default margin given by the browser. So I will reset the margin to 0. And now before styling any else elements, let's scale down the images. So what I will do is I will give a width and height to our image container. So I will target the image container and I will give it a width of 250 pixel and a height of 350 pixel. Let's also give it a border so that you can see it properly. And now I will define a height on our images. So I will target the image inside the image container, and I want the height to be 90%. Okay, so initially the height of the images is 90%, and when I am hovering on the image container, the images are scaling. So we had defined the height of 90% initially on the image, and we will create that scaling effect later. Now let's align our image containers in one row. So we will have to use display flex on the parent element of these image containers. So the parent element is basically the wrapper element, as you can see. So we will have to define display flex on the wrapper element. So I will target the wrapper element and I will write display flex here. Now you can see the image containers are in one row. Let's also center the wrapper element within the body element. So I will use flex method to center the wrapper within our body element. But before using the flex method, I will give a height of 100 VH to our body element, and now I will use the flex method to center our wrapper within the body element. So I will write display flex and justify content center to align our wrapper horizontally center, and I will also use align items center to align our wrapper vertically center. And now you can see the wrapper element is in the center of our body element. Now let's position the image element inside the image container. So first of all, I will horizontally center the image inside image container. So I will use display flex on image container, and I will write justify content center to align our image horizontally center. And now I want to position the image at the bottom of our image container. So I will write position absolute on the image element, and I will write position relative on the image container element. And I want the image to be at bottom, so I will write bottom 0 here. So we had positioned the images. Now let's give some more styles to our image container. So I will use the filter property to create a grayscale effect, and I will write grayscale function, and I will pass 100% to it, because here initially you can see the image container is in grayscale. And now I also want to give it a background color of 3636 just to match the grayscale colors. Now let's also create some spacing in between of our image containers. So what you can do is you can give margin right to first and second image container, or you can also use the gap property to create the spacing between the image containers. So I will give a spacing of 60 pixel, and now you can see we got some spacing in between of our image containers. So we are done with the styling of our image container and image elements. Now let's start creating the hover effects. So let's see what is happening when we are hovering the image container. So there are two things happening simultaneously. The very first thing is the background color of the image container is changing, and the second thing is our image is scaling. So let's quickly create those two effects. So first of all, I will create the scaling of our image when we will hover on our image container. So when we will hover on our image container, we have to scale the image. So we will scale it using the transform property. So I will write transform here, and I will use scale function, and I will scale our image by 1.4 times. So you can see when I will hover on our image container, the image is scaling. But we got a problem here, and that is transform origin. So transform origin is basically the point from where the transformation starts. So in our case, the transformation is scaling. Therefore, the transform origin will be the point from where the scaling starts. Let me show you an example. Let's say if I define a transform origin at 0 from the x-axis and 50% from the y-axis, then the scaling will start from 0 from the x-axis and 50% from the y-axis. That is somewhere here, and you can see the scaling is starting from this point. Now let's see one more example. So let's say I define the transform origin at 50% from the x and 0 from y. So 50% from x and 0 from y is somewhere here. So you can see the scaling is now starting from this point. So transform origin is basically the point from where the transformation starts. The default value of transform origin is 50% and 50%, or you can also say center. Okay, so you can also use keywords like bottom center, top left, top center, bottom right, etc, etc. So the default value of transform origin is center. So you can see the scaling starts from the center, and for our effect I want the transform origin to be at bottom. So I will define the transform origin at bottom, and we don't need it here, we need it here. And now you can see we got our effect. Let's also add transition property so that we can have a smooth transition. So I will write transition and we are changing the transform property. So I will write transform here and I want the transition duration to be 0.3 seconds. And now you can see the hover effect of our image is completed. Now the only thing is left to change the background color of image container and also removing the grayscale. So let's quickly create that. So when the image container will be in hover state, we want to remove the grayscale. So I will pass 0 in the grayscale function. And now you can see when I am hovering, the grayscale is getting removed. Let's also change the background color of our image containers, but we want different background color on each of our image container. So what I will do is I will target them separately. So first I will target the first image container using the first child pseudo class, and I want to target the first image container in hover state, and I want the background color of my first image container to be F6B911. So this selector here will basically select the first image container in hover state. Okay, so we are selecting the first image container in hover state and we are changing its background color. So you can see the background color is changing when we are hovering on our image container. Now let's also change the color of our second image container and third image container. So I will target the second image container using the nth child pseudo class and I will pass 2 inside it, and the background color I want in second image container is B0, B1, B4. And now you can see when I will hover on our second image container, the background color is changing. Let's also define the background color on our third image container. So you can either write 3 here such that in the nth child pseudo class, or you can use last child pseudo class also, because the third image container is also the last child of wrapper element. And the background color of the third image container that I want is 355CB1. And now you can see when I will hover on the image containers, their background color is changing. Let's also add a transition property on our image container. So I will write transition property here and I want to apply the transition on all the properties, and I want the transition duration to be 0.3 seconds. Let's remove the border and let's see what we got when we will hover on the image containers. So you can see we have successfully created the image pop out effect and it is looking amazing. So this was it guys for this tutorial, and look how easy it was to create this awesome looking effect, and I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and understood every single step. But still, if you have any doubts related to any step, just feel free to comment your doubts below. And if you guys like this tutorial, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe this channel because I regularly upload awesome tutorials on this channel. And before ending this video, I want to tell you guys that this YouTube channel is in collaboration with an amazing platform known as Newton School. You can check out their website, the link is in description. And also let's understand a bit about what exactly is Newton School.
Let's see about what is Newton School. So Newton School is a platform which prepares you for your career in tech. It has courses designed for working professionals, freshers, and even people with no tech background. That means even if you are from a non-tech background, you can also join this platform and can make your career in tech. Newton School will first train you for 6 months and will help you become an amazing full stack developer. Now you might be thinking whether this platform is free or not. So let me tell you a cool thing, that you don't have to pay Newton School anything until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. I repeat guys, you don't have to pay Newton School anything for the 6 months full stack developer training until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. And I think this is something that all of us should expect from any training program. So must check out their website for more information. I will provide the link in description. Now on their website you can see they have something called the Launchpad. So Launchpad is basically an initiative taken by Newton School for people who want to start their coding journey from scratch, and that too absolutely free of cost. This video of mine will be also available on the Launchpad section. You can go there anytime and you can learn basics of programming languages, you can practice quizzes, and even you can do assignments. These all things are completely free to do.
And now I will see you guys in the next tutorial.